How you doing? God, I can tell it is full moon energy. I have just been having a fight with my cat, trying to get her out of the room. She's been playing up. Lisa, this is total. Not Lisa. Casey, it's like yours, just getting absolutely crazy. Lisa, you finally made a live. Woo! Hi, Kelly. I'm glad your internet's working. How are you all doing? Hi, Christina. I'm just saying, I've just been having a fight with my cat. I would say kitten, but she's about 6 now, and she's just dead feisty. Hi, Melanie. Listening while you work. Yeah, the full moon. Is anybody else feeling this full moon energy? It is crazy. I feel like it is kind of like the start of something, though. I feel like I've got that energy where this is like today is the start of my whole new life. Is anybody else feeling that big energy coming in? It's like anything could happen. It is crazy. So we're going to be diving into the podcast, but I'll do as a card for us first. And I've got the new Moonology deck. So if you love Yasmin Boland and you were into the moon decks, I've got her new manifestation one. So I'm just getting used to it, but it is good so far. Oh, that one wants to come out, but so does that. So we have got, oh, this is a good one. New moon in Scorpio, so time to go deeper. It's time to take a deep dive into what's actually going on. And I think this one is perfect for what we're going to be talking about tonight. So that's ideal. But there's lots of things kind of flowing to one pinnacle point. So it might be that you just need that one bit of information to connect, and it's just going to open up a whole new perspective. But it's about doing that deep dive to get you there. And then this one, last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. So don't skip over any details. Don't think, well, I'm doing that. So this will come clear in what we're going to talk about tonight. But I think sometimes we think, well, I'm starting to make a change and things are moving forward and I'm doing everything, but sometimes we keep ourselves busy, but without doing the minor things that are really going to make you move forward quickly. So often we think, yes, I'm making a change, and you keep doing, but sometimes this bit where you go deeper and really explore what's happening underneath the surface actually gives you the details of the bits that you need to change, rather than just taking lots and lots of action. So we do often get consumed all the time with action, but the full moon's a perfect time to just take a step back and go, actually, what do I need to release? What's holding me back? What is stopping me moving forward? So hi Jenny. Tried to skip things and had to start over. Yeah, no shortcuts. It literally, that's the energy. It is saying, take a breath, just deep dive into what's going on. So what's been happening for everybody lately? Has anybody listened to the podcast this week? It was a super short one. It was only about 13 minutes and it was a bit of I was in my feisty mode. It was a little bit of a spiritual slap, unfortunately. But I think sometimes it's what we need. It's definitely what I went through when I started. And it's what I keep doing all the time to myself anyway. These slaps that I kind of, give out, I give to me as well. So often when, the podcast aired, it's maybe something I've needed to hear as well. So I do this to myself regular. So please, if you have listened, just let me know. So the podcast is all about how to take charge. Last week we talked about what do you do when you say that you're stuck and you feel like you can't move forward. And this week's all about how you actually take charge of your life, because often we put so much resistance in place by the things that we say and the way that we act. And what I wanted to broach is a subject that we often say, oh, I'm waiting for a miracle. I'm waiting for this thing to happen. I'm waiting for this amazing thing to happen. And we're constantly wanting that miracle to swoop in and rescue us and save us from whatever is going on with us now. And who's been in that situation, who is in that situation now, who's just thinking, I am going to be It's going to be amazing if this happens. It would be amazing if this would happen. You know, pop a 1 in the comments if that's you. And if you're watching the replay, you know, pop a 1 in, let me know. So I want to know if you're in the mindset of thinking it's going to be amazing when this happens, or it's going to be amazing if this happens. So please pop a 1 in and let me know, and we'll see what's coming up for people. If not, just pop a thumbs down, and if it's not you, then, you know, we'll move on. But I'd love to know where you're at, because I used to always think I will be happy when this happens, or I'll be happy if this happens, and I'll constantly be looking. Christina's a 1. I would constantly be looking outside of myself and thinking, once this thing comes to me, yeah, Lisa's trying to change that. Once this thing comes to me, or once I get this big break, or once this happens, this is when it's all going to click. This is when it's going to be amazing. And we're always, you know, yeah, to be happy now, definitely, Lisa. Because what we're doing when we're saying that, and we're saying like, wouldn't it be amazing if I won the lottery? Wouldn't it be amazing when this happens, or when this happens, or when I get a pay rise, or when I get this? And what we're doing is we're building up a level of resistance. So you think of all the things we want to manifest and all the things we want to bring into our life. And actually there's this, what we're saying is we'll be happy when, and we build up this resistance between where we are now to where we want to be. And we're saying there's a gap. We're saying there's something missing. So the universe is seeing that thing that's missing. And because we're focusing on it, it's stopping it coming. So what we've got to do when we're manifesting is we've got to embody, we've got to act as if, we've got to become the thing that we want to be. So if you want to be happy and you're waiting for something to make you happy, you're always going to be waiting. There's always going to be the gap. We've got to start to be happy now, or be the thing that you want now, and then it will come, it will flow. So when we use this term of I'm waiting for this miracle, or I'm waiting for something to come, we're just constantly going to be waiting, because what we're doing is we're saying we don't have it. And because we're focusing on the lack, we're not actually creating it into our environment. So this is where we've got to go this bit deeper tonight with this card and think about what is it that is in your control. Where's your gaps? Where are you looking for this miracle to come and rescue you, or this other person to change, or this other thing to change? You know, what is it you're waiting to change? Because it'll be external to you. So has anybody got something like that? Is anybody, you know, I know for me, I used to think, oh, it's going to be amazing when I can leave work. And actually, I shifted that. And now I absolutely love my job and I love the business. So I've got the best of both. But I did spend so long thinking, once I leave work, it's going to be amazing. So what is your thing that you think once that happens, it's going to be, everything's going to be different. It's going to be all rosy. So do you have something like that? Health goals. Christina's about health goals. Well, Lisa is on the call as well. So we've got a fitness coach on here, people. But what is that thing that we would just love to happen? And we just think, oh, it's going to be amazing. So what is your thing that you're putting on a pedestal, or thinking when that comes, that is when things are going to change? Because that's what we're doing there, is we're actually pushing it away. We're actually saying, once I have that, that's when I'll be happy. So we've got to stop. Hi Denise, I didn't know you were on. Business goals but procrastinating. Yeah. Kelly, 2 things, wait and qualifying. Qualifying is happening, Kelly, so you know. Also moving and retiring to the beach someday. Yes. When we own our own home, when I buy my own home, yeah. And also relationships, yeah. Amazing. So there's so much we can do with all of this. So what we've got to do, Melanie's saying when I'm slimmer, yeah. What we've got to do is start to embody that thing now. So when you think of the thing that you're trying to create, It's about becoming that now. So the people who want to be slimmer, why do you want to be slimmer? Do you feel you're going to love yourself more? Do you feel you're going to have more confidence? What is it that you want from being slimmer? Because that's what you start to embody. So it's understanding what that gap is so that you can start to do that now. You can start to act as if. Now, I've been bigger than I am now. I've been smaller than I am now. Me personally, confidence does not come from the body shape. So it's all about mindset. So that's, what is it you want to get from being slimmer? What about the house? The house, yes, it would be amazing if you bought your own house, but you have a house now. So how do you embrace that house and embody that and make that your own and make that your go-to place, so that the house that you're attracting in is just as amazing as the one that you're living in, and embody that feeling. It really is about bringing in whatever you want into your vibration now. So with the relationship, is it love? Is it just unconditional love? Is it support? What is it you want? Because with all these things, we are looking external. We're looking for something to come in external. But the only way we can bring that in, and the only way we can take control and take charge, is by shifting something internal. We cannot change anything external without changing us first. So whether it was you wanted more money, you would have to do something to get that money. Whether it was you wanted a new house, you'd have to change something to embody bringing in that new house. So we always have to change us, but we always look for the thing that we have to do. And it's not so much about the doing, it's about us changing our mindset and where we are. So if we start to stop that resistance and bring in and feel that energy we want to create by having this thing now, then actually we attract it so much faster. So in the podcast, I do go on about, it literally all starts with us. And we constantly wait for this miracle, and we're looking and we're like, when's the miracle coming? When's it happening? But everybody on this planet, the chances of a person being born is 1 in 400 trillion chance. So we're waiting for this miracle, and you're the miracle. The fact you are here is an absolute miracle. The fact you're living this life is incredible. So stop waiting for things to happen. Like, bring in that feeling now, bring in that energy you want to create now, and we can all do that just by making really, really small shifts. And it's just about connecting in with what is it you want to embody, what is it you want to bring in, and getting quiet, shutting out that inner chatter, that inner noise that tells us you can't have it, you can't be this, you can't be that, and just hear what's in here. Because actually, the 1 in 400 trillion chance that you are here, that chance is connected into here. It's in your heart. It knows exactly what you can do, how powerful you are, how amazing you are, and what you can create in this world. But this, our heads, doesn't match up. So we've got to shut this out and get in here and really go deep. So I love this card about going deeper, and it is all about flow. There's waterfalls on this and so much abundance with all that green energy, and it is just about this flow. But we've got to connect. We've got to connect with our inner us. So hi Oswald. So how does that feel to people? Is that like a big, do you know this? Is it like, oh my God, yeah, I've been kind of looking and waiting for stuff external. Where are you at on that? Do you connect in and really feel into the emotion that you want to bring in? Or have you even thought about the emotion that you want to bring in? So when we think about that external thing, when we think about wanting to be slimmer, have you even thought what you want to feel like from being slimmer, or what you want to get? Because that is a big thing. We don't often give it that energy. So when the thing actually happens, we don't actually realize it's happened. So you might end up being slimmer, but because you haven't envisaged what you want to feel like, when you get there, you won't know the difference because you won't actually see it as much yourself. So if you don't feel it and bring in the feeling, then you're not going to notice the difference in your weight. And the same with once you have more money. Over time, I've accumulated more and more money. But what's happened is sometimes because I haven't thought about what I want once I'm at that place and what that would feel like, it's just been a gradual thing, and you just kind of end up spending more, and more comes in, more goes out. And you end up in this yo-yo when it's like, I want to feel abundant. I want to feel, wealthy. What is it you want to feel? What is it going to feel like when you have reached that amount or you've got that house? No, Christina's hadn't thought of that. Yeah. And this is where this other card comes in. So attending to the details. These two are just so perfect for what we're talking about tonight. And if anybody missed the beginning, these are Yasmin Boland's new manifesting cards. So we've pulled these and we've got Go Deeper, New Moon in Scorpio. So it's really about digging underneath and seeing what we're actually missing. What details are we missing? And then attend to the details. So we've got this one. And it is about, we're in the full moon energy. It is time to release what we don't want. So if you've built up this resistance and you've built up this way of being, that's all right. Just release it with this full moon and think, today is the day you start your new life. Today is the day, the beginning of your new life. So what is that you want to embody? What is that feeling you want to bring in? Amazing insight to be the chance. Yeah, 1 in 400 trillion, Val. I mean, that is crazy. I knew it was like, I'd heard before it was like crazy chances of us even being here. But if you think that's 1 in 4 trillion chances, and that is only based on, the ovulation process, imagine all of the things, all of the tapestry that has had to go into us being here. Our grandparents getting together, our parents getting together, the fact that they went on a date and even liked each other, all of this stuff is, you weigh it up, and the chances of us even being here and happening is an absolute miracle. So the fact that we, waste time thinking, I'll be happy when, I'll be happy if, and we waste time, sometimes we get in that low weight, and I talk in the podcast, I was always in that pity party, I was always in the victim mode. I had to give myself a massive slap at one point and go, Rachel, get a grip. You've got to start to change. And sometimes we need that slap, we need that, come on, it has to start with you, because it does. And even now I remind myself of this when I'm like, oh, it's going to be amazing when, and I'm like, whoa, no, come back, get in the now. What are you trying to bring in? What's that feeling? What are you trying to embody? And, really thinking of that. Kelly, I want my sass back, and re-downloaded a fitness app today, and I've been using that, so might be back on track. Yeah. And you know what? Your sass does not come from your weight. It really, really doesn't. Your sass is attitude, it's mindset, it's confidence. And none of that comes from the way you look. So, I've got friends who are so slim and absolutely gorgeous. And I know I'm not saying I'm not, but what they used to look at me and go, how are you, like, you're so confident, you just ooze confidence. And I'm like, yeah, because it's internal. It doesn't matter what, it doesn't matter what is happening external. It's how you feel, how you put your energy out there, how you carry yourself. None of it is about the way you look. It really isn't. So, we've got to get past this way of it all being external, because whatever's happening in our external world, it's temporary. Whatever's happening out there, we've manifested in the past, and probably way in the past. So, you could be looking out now, and yes, it's maybe not what we want, but today you can change everything. Whether you've been manifesting the wrong things, it doesn't matter. You can draw that line today and go, right, I'm going to bring in exactly what I want, because I'm going to embody that feeling now, and I'm going to change something that I can control. So we can all control the way we act. We can't control anything else outside of us, just the way we act. So it's thinking of what can you do now to start changing this. So I talk in the podcast about gratitude. Gratitude was the absolute game changer for me. Now, I literally felt like everything was falling down around me when I started my gratitude, but I was like, I'd heard about it. Everybody doing manifesting law of attraction was talking about it, and I was like, right, I'm just going to do it because I need to do something. I was desperate. And so I started a gratitude journal, and that was the massive game changer, because one, it makes you look at things throughout your day that have gone well, or you just feel grateful for. And at first it might be really, really small things, but actually they build over time. And then the other bonus that people don't talk about enough is this retrains your brain. So when you feel gratitude and you start to do this gratitude practice, you actually see more and more things to be grateful for more often. And it's not necessarily that loads more things are coming in. They do over time, but what happens is you see them more. You're actually opening up to seeing all these amazing things. So gratitude reprograms your brain. It literally retrains that thought pattern, the negativity. It turns it round into a positive, and it gives you an instant calm. It gives you lowers anxiety, lowers stress. There's so many benefits to it. So that is one thing that everybody could do today. And let's start now. Pop in the comments. I want to see in the comments, what are you grateful for today already? What has happened today, or what is, what's come up in your life today? What are you grateful for today already? So for me, I went for a walk before I was going out of the house, and was like, oh, we're not going to get a sunset. It looked dead dark. It looked grey. Went out for a walk with the dogs. The sky was amazing. Talking about incredible. Like, it was a bit grey, but bits of pink. And honestly, it was just incredible. One of them skies that was like shining onto the beach where you could see it reflecting. It was just so, so nice. And the rain stayed off till after our walk, and it was so good. Yeah, I'm grateful for my son-in-law and friends, love it, and the sunshine. Passed your maths, well done, Kelly, amazing. Anybody else, what else were you grateful for? I'm also grateful I was meant to be doing a workshop tomorrow that got cancelled, so now I've got a free Friday afternoon, which is awesome. Grateful for feeling inspired on top of the work-life flow. Love it, Christina. Yeah. So, there's so much when you think about it, and sometimes it's just that taking a breath and going, what am I grateful for today? And there really will be so much, but that is how I started. That is how everything started to turn around, and I got myself out of that rut and that low place. Today I'm grateful for the sunshine, meeting friends. Yeah, and I seen your lake picture, Val. Oh, it was incredible. So I'm grateful for you posting that as well. And you should post that in the group, because some of the people in this group won't know how beautiful it is where we live. So we need to share that. I'm grateful for getting to go swimming. Grateful for the class yesterday and the fire I've got inside of me again. Yes, Casey, love it. So there is so much. So it's starting to think, one, what can you bring in each day that you're grateful for? Because what that does, gratitude is a feeling. And the feeling is the secret sauce to manifesting. It really is. It's getting that feeling. Once we have that good feeling going, that is when we can start to attract more. It's all about our vibration. It's all about where we're vibrating at. So the higher you vibrate, the higher these emotions, these vibrations of emotions are, the frequency, the more you'll bring that in. So whatever you're normally vibrating at is what we're attracting at the minute. So if you're wanting something like this new house, how high vibrational is that new house? You won't just want another house like you've got now. You want an amazing house. So you think of that vibrational stretch. You need to have high vibrational emotions, frequency, thought to be matching at that level. And this is where we need to be bringing that emotion in now so that we can match. And then it comes to us and we attract it. Same with the weight. You know, you want this high, you want to feel confident, you want to feel good, you want to feel happy, you want to feel sass, like Kelly says. High vibrational feelings will attract easy weight loss because it's high vibrational. So you've got to match where you're at. If you're wanting all these feelings, but daily you're down here feeling tired, drained, bored, fed up, guilt, gossiping, that type of thing, we're just not a match for where we want to be. So we've got to up our emotions to where we want to match with, and that's how it works. This is the secret sauce. But the only one who can change your emotions, you think it's external, but it's not. The only one who can change our emotions is us. Our emotions come from the meaning we apply to things. Sometimes we think things happen to us and we react emotionally. It's not true. Things happen to you, you apply a thought pattern, and then you react emotionally. So it's your thoughts and meaning that you're applying that gives you the emotion. So you've got to think of these emotions you can change. We're in control. And this is the thing, this is what it's about, taking that control back of everything. So you can change literally everything outside of you by changing your inside world. And this is, you know, this is where the magic comes. Casey was grateful for the class. Yeah. Val's going to share the picture. Amazing. I always feel really grateful for the heating. Yes, it's been so nice coming in after a walk with the heating on and like feeling, you know, like nights are getting longer. And sometimes that can be a bit like, oh, the nights are coming in. But actually it feels like you've got, I don't know about anybody else, but I feel like I've got such a longer night from having darker nights because I'm like coming in with the dogs and it's, you know, an hour earlier than normal. So it feels like I'm getting the bonus of time as well. Yeah, Melanie, Kelly's saying cozy times, amazing. So any questions on that or anything you'd want to ask about how to embody things, how to act as if, how to change, you know, your thought pattern, just pop any questions in or any ahas that you've had or anything like that, just pop them in. And the podcast's it's super short, so have a listen and see, you know, me probably ranting about this, but I am so passionate about this because people manifest for, you know, they get into manifesting because they see all people on Instagram with the cars and the money and all of that stuff, and sometimes it gives people think, oh, it's something, it's not as spiritual, it's not as meaningful. And do you know what? Once you get into an intentional manifesting practice, your internal world completely changes. Your connection to everything completely changes. And this is what I'm teaching the women in Unleash at the minute. But if you're, hi Natalie, if you are looking for something to zone out that chatter and really connect in with yourself, then there's still the Frustrated to Zen course. That's a self-study course, so you don't need to book on. You can get that at any time, and that one just helps you shut out the chatter and get into this flow state, get into this gratitude, let that energy just flow through you, clear them old emotions. It really does let you balance and connect back into who you are. Hey Natalie. So any questions, pop them in. And what I will say is it is all about this flow state. Definitely with this card, even though it's saying about going deeper, it's all about that flow energy that we need to connect into and we need to embody. And what I love about this one, attend to the details, is there's so much like little things. So what we've got on this card, I'll explain it. We've got this huge palace here, but what you can see is there's little turrets and little buildings all along the way. And this is saying it's all about the small things. It's the small things that make the big difference. It's the small things that actually lead to those big changes. So you might be thinking, Rachel, gratitude, is that really going to change my life? Yes, it is. It really is going to change your life. You deciding that you are going to take control back today, that is going to change your life. Literally, these things do. But we think we want this miracle, we want this big thing that's going to come in and be like a knight in shining armour and sweep us off our feet and make everything lovely and nice. And that's not the thing that's going to change it. And while we're waiting for that, we're just waiting. We're waiting and waiting and waiting. Whereas making these small changes has the overall massive impact and gets you to exactly where we need to be. So it's what are these little details that we need to tweak and change. I am so passionate. It's the fiery red head. It's believing in it, really. And yeah, I think that's the thing. I absolutely love that I teach manifesting. You know, I spent so long, I literally come across law of attraction, and like you've all heard, I just had this vision of me teaching something, and I was like, what am I going to be teaching? And then along the way, I obviously learned more and more about manifesting, and this is what I absolutely love to teach. One, because as women, we're taught that we don't have control over so many things, and we do. We have control over everything. And, you know, it's just so empowering when you can take charge of your own life and actually create what you want. And who am I not to teach that? Because, you know, that is exactly what I'm meant to be here for. So, you know, I am very passionate, Natalie. Yeah, thank you. Any questions before we finish off, or any more information? Like I said, these are the Moonology manifestation deck that I have just got. She's only just released these ones. So I did love her last deck. I think these are even better, easier to read potentially from the card. If anybody loves reading the visuals, I find them easier that way. Hi, Christina. So I absolutely love these. Just getting used to them, but so far I'm loving them. The cards tonight just couldn't have been more perfect for what we're talking about and taking charge. You know, what I'd love to know from this call, what is the thing that you're going to change? What is the thing that you're going to start to embody? And even if it's starting to think, what is that feeling? What do you want to feel like when you get there? So all the people who want to be slimmer, what do you want to feel like? What is that feeling? When the people get the house, what is that feeling? What are we embodying now? And I'll pop in the link to Frustrated to Zen. That, like I said, that's a 4-week program that you do yourself. But what it does, it just takes out that inner chatter, all that noise in your head, and lets you zone into who you are in here. And that's the most important thing. So I will pop that in for you. I'll pop in the thing. We're not doing cards tonight, Christina. I just pulled ones for the full group. So for the full group, we got Go Deeper. So it's about going underneath and seeing what issue is actually there. So really digging underneath the surface. And we've talked about how you do that through connecting in with yourself and what you're trying to embody, and then attend to the details. It's the things that you can personally change. So I've dived into these tonight, but it's all about the podcast as well, about how to take charge of your own life and, you know, not be looking outside for this miracle to come and find you. So I hope that helps. I will catch you all soon, but any questions, pop them in. I will pop in the link for Frustrated to Zen, and I will catch you all next week on the live, but we'll have the weekly cards as well before then, and I'll be about in the group as well. You're welcome, Christina. Have a listen. Kelly, I'm getting my sass back and chasing that feeling. Love it. I'm 100% going for a nature walk. Yeah, love it, Kelly. You can do it now. You have sass. You just need to harness that energy. Love it. You're welcome, Val. And remember, everyone, 1 in 400 trillion chance you are actually here. So stop waiting for a miracle. You're the miracle. Just, that's it. You're a miracle in yourself. Go and be amazing. I hope that helps, and I will catch you all soon. Bye.